But have you guys played any of the games?
No, not yet.
Saeed don't
Not
even
yet.
do
Not any of them.
No, not yet. Once we had a sleepover thing at school, and I brought like Guitar Hero and stuff, and we all played.
Fun games, eh?
And then like we all were like tired, and then this one brother's like, okay, I'm gonna speedrun Resident Evil 4, and then he just played it like the whole night, and then I fell asleep, but like my other friend just watched him play the whole night. I was like, we got a taste of what Yasin's life was like with Shadley, like just watching a brother play games.
Guys, I've played the first, I'll say the first intros for the first game, but I've watched many hours of it. But yeah, it's one of the games I did not get into from the get-go. I was like,
was it too scary?
It was scary, but also just clunky, and like it never ran how I needed it to go. Like there were so many other games who just went to the next level, to the next room. Like even the action always just felt like super attack. There was no like strat in the thing. It's just like shoot whatever's in front of you. Fuck it.
I disagree with you on that, but I'm gonna get into it.
But you see, that's when you guys play to a point of technical. I was still in shock, and then I was like, it's scary, and I don't like the gameplay. Nope. Miss me with this.
So Brad, what was your first introduction? Since you like the Brad.
My first introduction was, my first memory of Resident Evil ever was my cousin. He had a PS1.
Shout out to all the cousins.
And this is when PS1 first came out in South Africa. And we were all like blown away by this machine that could play like state-of-the-art games, basically. CD. And I remember he was playing this game. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I remember seeing someone shoot something. The something fell on the floor, and then the someone who shot him went and stamped on the something's head on the floor, and explodes in this thing of blood. And I was just blown away. I'm like, you can do that in video games? That's insane. I'm used to Mario. Only later in life did I realize that was Resident Evil 2. So my first ever intro to Resident Evil was RE2 on PS1, not knowing it at the time. But as we all know, it's grown to be my favorite franchise, I would say, of all time.
Every damn episode.
Which one was the first one you played though?
3. Nemesis, yeah.
The one with the worst cover art. I'm sorry. Well, at least the worst lettering. Like, guys, no man.
Yeah.
What even is that?
This artwork came during the phase of
let the intern do it.
No, and the emo intern. He was like, oh, I got styles, I'm going to do styles. Very much Brad's shaping of his...
my formative years. Yeah, so that was my first ever game. My first ever Resident Evil game. I didn't really know what I think my dad just bought that for me when he bought the PS1 from America, because you can see on the cover it's an NTSC version.
Great parenting.
And I can't believe my dad saw that cover and he's like, this is cool for a 9-year-old. Anyway.
No, he saw the back. There was a pretty girl. On the cover, and he's like, oh, wait, it's for Brad.
He's going to learn today.
Yeah. And that's the first PS1 game I also finished. Like I played through it. I struggled. I struggled a lot, but I finished it. Yeah.
With the puzzle.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. That actually, now I understand why.
It was formative for him.
Yeah.
For me, it was the original RE, and I can't remember who I got it from, but I got it at school. Somebody was selling it at school, and I was like, it's over there on the table, and I was like, okay, cool cover. It has a dope horror cover, and I'm like, okay, what's this about? I've never been scared in the first 5 minutes than ever, because that's for a zombie encounter. You're like, how do I shoot? Because that tank control, so you have to aim and shoot. Then you shoot this bruh. You have 15 bullets in a clip, and it took 6 to kill him, and you're like, oh no, this is one of these games. This is gonna be difficult. So then I had to put it down for a few weeks, and then I was like, okay, let me try again.
Can I first say, looking back now, I'm embarrassed that I was scared by that amount of pixels.
Man.
Like nothing of that in retrospect looks like it was. How were you scared for PlayStation 1? Yasin, calm down.